Get to know Nickeya Hanna, founder of Perfectly Packaged You, which provides personal hygiene kits for young girls and now young boys too. Nickeya and I sit down to talk about her business and upcoming empowerment event, the Pretty Package Experience.
Hey, I'm excited to be with my friend and entrepreneur, female entrepreneur, Nickeya Hanna. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Today we're going to talk about her business, Perfectly Packaged You. And she's going to tell me all about that and tell you about it too. So
Okay.
tell me about yourself and what is Perfectly Packaged You?
Wow. Okay. So Perfectly Packaged You, it really is a self-affirmation. It's everything about an individual. It doesn't have to be female or male. It's just an identity of someone. And the idea was created because going through a hard time in my late 20s, early 30s, when you're adults, you tend to reflect on how did you get to the point that you're at now. And so what happened was I thought about what made me the person I am today on the positive side. And so how did I get so far opposite of what I'm used to? And I thought about where I started, and my mom took me to my favorite restaurant. We had my favorite meal, which was Sizzlers. and she took me to have the talk. And I remember at that moment, even though she didn't provide anything, what she did was paint a clear picture that as a young girl, I would transition into so many things, starting with puberty. And so I remember starting my cycle, at Dodger Stadium during the 7th inning stretch.
What?
No joke. But it sounds horrific, but it really wasn't, because at that moment I was like, oh, it's time to go. I got it. And I remember thinking, as a young girl, I'm going to go through things and I'm just going to have to adapt to it and bounce back. So later in life, going through things, I adapted to it and now I bounce back and I put a face to what I got as a young girl and called it Perfectly Packaged You.
Wow.
That's how I got it.
Wow. That is awesome. So what was your inspiration for launching it? I mean, just from your own experience or because it's been, how long have you had it now?
Wow, we're now 3 years in.
3 years in. So you had that experience as a young girl, but what was the inspiration? What was the epiphany that went off like, I want to create this for other children or other youth?
That would be my niece.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So my niece is now 13, I think, 13.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, oh my God, I wish I had a daughter. I wish I can give her the talk. So my sister is an amazing woman and she did all those things. But I played my part by creating a pretty package that I can give to her.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was a part of that.
Okay. And then thus Perfectly Packaged You is born.
Yes. And she's my co-founder, my co-partner, and she's our brand ambassador, part of our website. And I mean, just an amazing spokesperson. And she's totally adopted the idea as well.
Wow. Okay. I love that your family is so supportive. Your niece too. You just recently shot a commercial,
Yes.
which includes your sister and your niece in it.
Yes.
So I love it. I love what you're doing. Now this project is new and timely. You'll agree. What are the best benefits for parents of teen girls and boys?
Wow, the best benefits are creating an atmosphere where it's an open dialogue. Because I would say that in my era and anyone beyond their 30s or 40s, you probably had a parent who felt like, oh, I can't have that conversation. Or my parent didn't do that to me, so I don't know how to give that to them. But we live in such a world that is filled with technology, so there's ways of getting around that and finding positive inspirations to pull from. And so I just think that I pull from the new era that will give it to the old ways of eras of conversation, and we just married the two.
Wow. That's genius. What type of feedback have you received thus far?
Wow, amazing feedback. Like, I love feedback, both positive, and I never say negative. I say professional.
Or critical? Like maybe like constructive criticism? Anything like that?
I beg for
I
that.
can't imagine that it would be so much of that because it's such a new idea. It's brilliant. It's a beautiful idea, truly. So, I'm sure you're getting praise and people.
Yeah.
I remember like the first time hearing about it from you was like, wow, like wow, it's such a wow factor to what you're doing. So far it's been good.
It has been great. The feedback that I've gotten most of is branding, like add your name in there, add more of your stuff. So you'll see in the next 2 to 3 months that a lot of the product in there will now start to say Perfectly Packaged You. Like, we're going to replace the bags and have our own personal bags. We've added our own pamphlets. So
You said it said add your name, your own name?
Perfectly Packaged, PBY. Perfectly
Oh, I
Packaged.
see. Okay.
Because a lot of the resources what we do are their commercial products that are already on the market that people are comfortable with. But now we're trying to brand the box for us. I would say one of the things that I see in the marketplace now is there are companies like ours in the sense of, cycle, period, menstruation, but we never say cycle, we never say period, we say menstruation, but we refer to that as our pretty package. And that's because it's not about the products. The products are going to be purchased and sold regardless. It's about the way we communicate. So our brand is really about wholesome communication.
Love it. Love it. Love it. You're planning a major tour for PPY. Tell me about that.
Yes, I'm so
A
excited.
tour! You're doing a whole tour.
We're based in Los Angeles, California, and who doesn't want to be a part of the LA experience? And what better place to start the prepackaged experience, which is the name of the tour, in Los Angeles, specifically Long Beach, California. And that experience is really about women and girls coming together, creating a bonding platform that is bigger than just menstruation. It's about social responsibility, bullying, positive inspirations from young and mature women, and for women to actually hear these young girls from their personal stories in today's world. So we really mirror the two, so that way the young girl and the mature woman can hear each other's perspective. So we want to take that on the road.
You are tech. So what's in store? Like, what's a part of that tour? Like, is it going to be speakers? Is it panelists? Is it videos? What can people expect? Or is it a surprise?
Oh, all of it. Speakers,
Okay.
panelists. From my perspective, I really do love going to conferences for self-help. But I do believe in today's market, there is a saturation of women conferences and not enough young people experiences. And so I thought rather than take one for the other, let's bring the two together. So we're going to have speakers, both young and mature, videos, both young and mature, vendors, because we need vendors that are relevant to sell to the market that they're targeting, but in a positive way. Yes, so
Very good. We're having it all. I wouldn't miss it for the world. What are your immediate business needs right now?
Sponsors. Perfectly Packaged You is a for-profit business, but a lot of what I do, what my team does is we give, we sponsor, we volunteer, So a lot of our funds are given away because we're just that passionate in what we're doing. So in order to make the Pretty Package experience successful, we do need sponsors, both small business, corporate, and private.
Okay. Sponsors. Please. If anyone's interested in purchasing a box or getting involved, how can they do so?
Oh my gosh, I love it.
She's like, my favorite question.
Right? Because you can go to our website, which is gorgeous. It's perfectlypackagedyou.com with perfectly L-Y, packaged EDYOU.com. And you can click on our shop. And you can purchase a pretty package. You can purchase apparel. In the next month, we actually are launching our boy boxes, which are called Suits and Swag.
Ooh.
I'm super excited for Suits and Swag.
Wow.
And that's dedicated to my son.
Okay.
Because him growing up with me as a single woman and a single mother, you get to watch your young boy learn how to tie a tie. And there's some boys who never get that experience. And I would say I'm fortunate enough that my ex, he still played a very supportive role in the prom periods and the winter formals. But individually, I think my son lacked the understanding of the importance of a tie. So for me, the biggest part of our Suits and Swag box
I love that.
is the tie with instructions on how to tie it.
I love that. My goodness. Well, lastly, what's the best way to follow you? I know you shouted out the website, but what's the best way? You're on social media where we can keep track of the journey?
You can join our Facebook at perfectlypackagedyou.com, our Instagram at perfectlypackaged_you, and Twitter, which I'm getting really active with, My Pretty Packages on Twitter.
Okay, well, follow. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. I'm so proud of everything that you're doing. Keep up the great work. You're going higher and higher, so enjoy the journey. Enjoy it together. Enjoy the journey. So thank you.
Thank you.